I discovered my dad had been lying to us our entire lives about Mom's death, and when I confronted him with the evidence I found, his breakdown revealed a betrayal that destroyed everything I thought I knew about our family. Growing up, it was always just me, my twin sister, and our older brother with Dad, this incredible single father who we thought was a hero, a man who lost the love of his life when Mom died just months after I was born, who raised 3 kids alone with nothing but love and strength, our house filled with photos of all of us, Dad always taking pictures because he said memories were all we had left of the people we loved. And he'd tell us stories about Mom, how beautiful she was, how much she loved us, how she died peacefully holding us as babies. He was always cracking jokes, always smiling, always making sure we felt loved and secure, never showing favorites, just this pillar of strength who seemed unbreakable, and we worshipped him for it, thought he was the strongest man alive for surviving such tragedy and still being the best father imaginable. But this past July, when my oldest brother died in that car crash, something started unraveling. Dad began calling me by my brother's name constantly, and when I corrected him once, he broke down completely, sobbing about missing when my brother was a baby, how he used to hold him and sing to him, and I'd never seen my strong father collapse like that. The grief was consuming him, even though he was going to therapy, even though he kept trying to stay strong for me and my sister, and I started noticing things, small details that didn't add up, like how he'd sometimes stop mid-sentence when talking about Mom, how certain photos seemed strategically placed, how he never had any of Mom's belongings, no jewelry, no clothes, nothing personal that a grieving widower would keep. I started digging through old documents in the attic, looking for anything that might help me understand Dad's pain better, maybe find something of Mom's to comfort him, but what I found instead were divorce papers, dated just 2 months before I was born, papers showing that Mom didn't die at all, she left us, abandoned her 3 children and husband, and there were letters. Angry letters from her lawyer demanding Dad stop trying to contact her, stop begging her to come back, stop sending photos of us kids. The woman we thought was dead, the angel Dad painted her to be, had simply walked away from her family, and Dad had been lying to us for over 20 years, creating this elaborate fiction about her death to protect us from the truth that our mother chose to leave us. When I confronted him with the papers, shaking, barely able to speak, asking him why he lied to us all these years, Dad just stared at the documents for the longest time, his hands trembling, and then he whispered that he thought it would be easier for us to grieve a dead mother than to live knowing we had a mother who didn't want us. He said he'd rather us think she was taken from us than know she chose to leave, and he broke down again, this time not from grief over my brother, but from the weight of carrying this secret for decades, protecting us from a betrayal that would have shattered our childhood. I had to decide whether to tell my sister, whether to destroy her image of our perfect father and dead saint mother, or whether to carry this burden with him, and in that moment, watching this man who sacrificed everything to shield us from pain, I realized his lies came from love, not betrayal. The real betrayal belonged to the woman who walked away from 3 babies and a husband who loved her, who chose her freedom over her family, and Dad had spent 20 years being both mother and father to protect us from that truth. Now, months later, I still haven't told my sister, Dad and I carry this secret together, and when he calls me by my brother's name, I understand it's not just grief, it's the weight of being the only parent who stayed, who chose us every single day when our mother chose to disappear. Sometimes the people who lie to you are the ones who love you most, and sometimes the greatest betrayal comes from the people who should have stayed but walked away instead, leaving others to pick up the pieces and create beautiful lies to keep you whole. Here are some comments from the community and OP's responses. Comment 1, your dad sounds incredible honestly. The fact he's going to therapy despite the stigma shows real strength. Just keep being there for him, man. OP's response, he's the best, he's so freaking strong, he's still smiling most of the time and he's cracking jokes all the time even now after my brother's death, he wants to keep me and my sister strong by just being himself. Comment 2, is there a recent photo in the house where he could go talk to your brother? I talked to my late MIL and my most recent lost pets where their ashes are. Gives me comfort to say their name out loud. OP's response, the house is full of photos of everybody including him, Dad loves taking photos.